Hello students, hope you are doing good. So today we are going to learn on how to create an Android application with a pop-up and a alert dialog box. So which means here what we need to do, we need to have a button. So on click of that button, you need to get an alert dialog box with three buttons, which has three things. As you know, the alert dialog box consists of three things. One is positive button, negative button, and a neutral button. So now let us understand how to do that. Before we start up, first you need to initialize your Android Studio. So hope you know how to initialize your Android Studio. File, new, new project. In this, you need to get up a empty application. Provide a proper name as alert dialog box 1, anything, whatever name you want to suggest. This should be in a Java. Here you need to take up a Android Lollipop 5.0 and next click on finish. So once you do that, so what happens, a Android version will be updated properly, and so that you will get a Android initialization. You need to wait for a second, so that once everything completes you get a outlet. So once you get an outlet, so these things you're going to get it properly. Clear? So now you have an error, you can take up just only an activity before, because these things what we are going to do, we are going to run this in uh, without an internet. For that reason, what you do, you need to remove this. You click on activity, alt enter, so error moves off. Clear? So once the error moves off, you can check out whether any errors are there. So you can remove this, and you can save this save one. So once you do that work, once error is completed, please move here, change this completely into linear layout. Linear layout. Okay, hope you understood, right? So you need to change this into linear layout, and you need to one operator or one method or one attribute of linear layout is orientation. You should have orientation into vertical. So you need to do this work first. Clear? Now you can check out your design. So there may be changes in our design, or what we can do, we can work out here itself. So once you run your application and check out whether this application is working fine or not. Clear? Once if you're getting everything, then it's fine. If not, what you can do, you can check out for other application and you can work on. Repeat it. So first, what you need to do, you need to remove this. You need to remove this. Clear? You'll get an error. You should press Alt Enter. Okay, and import the class. Once it is done, you can check out whether any error is there. If no errors, come here, move to this code part, remove this one, and add linear. We can add linear. So we'll get here. Wait for the uh, intelligence. Okay, so you'll get a linear layout. You click on that. So once you do that, the errors will be removed. Okay, so the linear layout has a very important property of orientation. You to set your orientation into vertical. So this one work you need to do without a failure. Okay, so remove this. This is not required. So you now add button here. You can add button directly. If not, you can go to split. Okay, you can go to split. You can click on this, drag and drop your button over here. Clear? I think you understood. You can set your button size. Okay, so once you set your button size, you can go back here. You can just alter the text of button as click me. Click me. Okay, click me. The button as my button. button as my button. Clear? So once you do that, your designing part will be completed. Clear? You can provide any kinds of things, but I suggest you need to utilize only this much. Hope you understood about this, right? Hope you understood about this, right? So once again, I'm going to explain you. So first, what you should do, you should come here. You should remove this, whatever the content are there. You should add a linear layout there, and you should add one button. Nothing has to be done here. Only thing you should change the ID of this button, and you need to click as click. You should write your text as click me. So what happens in your design? A button click me will be available here. Clear? So once you do that, you come to your Java page. You need to register your button. Button btn. You will get an error. You can click alt enter. You can import the class. That's it. Clear? I think you understood. So once you do that, you should register your button. btn is equals to find view by id r dot id dot r dot id dot my button. So the button id will appear here. Just put a semicolon. btn dot set on click listener. You should check for on click listener. Okay, dot nav. When you type nav, you will get all the options here. Click on that. Got it? So if you should do like this itself. Whatever step I have showed you, you should follow those steps itself. I think you understood. Once again, I'm going to repeat it again. So first, what you should do in your main activity.java, first you should register your button. How you are going to register your button? So you're going to register your button in such a way that you should add button btn you can give any names. Okay, so you should register your btn here. Btn is equals to find view by id r dot id dot my button. Once you do that, you should asset on click listener btn dot set on click listener nav. Everywhere it's same, nav view dot on click listener. So hope you understood about this, right? After registering your button, what you need to do, you need to click on btn dot. So you should wait for your IDE. Okay, you should click on set on click listener of nav view dot on click listener. So once you do that, you'll get all the codes. Now what you should do here is you need to create an alert dialog box. So alert dialog box provide object obj is equals to nav alert dialog dot builder alert dialog dot builder inside this main activity dot this inside this dot all the alert. Always remember alert dialog box has different properties like title, message, and buttons. So we need to create three buttons: one positive, neutral, and negative. So how we can create that? This dot set. First we'll type a title as alert dot set message dot set message. Inside this you can type your message as hello alert anything. Okay, dot dot set positive button. Inside this the name of a positive button is S. After this comma you should type as nav. When you click on nav, you get all the options. You should click on the first option, dialog interface dot on click listener. So inside this you should write toast. So wait for a toast. In this you should click on the first one, you should have create a new tool. When I click on this, you'll get all the things. Remove this, get application context, type your message what you should give. Yes, you pressed yes, pressed yes, and leave it the same way. Dot set negative button. In the same way, inside this for a negative button, you should have a name as no, comma, again same dialog D, dialog interface. No, sorry, you should type as comma nav dialog interface dot on click listener. So when I click on that, you should also give a toast. So in this, remove this, get application context. Yeah, you have pressed no. Again the same way dot set neutral. Set, you should click on set neutral button. Inside this, click on our text ID as cancel as name. Again the same dialog interface dot on extension. Give a toast message. This, remove this as get application context, and you have pressed cancel. Okay, come down, wherever you get an error, go to there and just type dot create. Next, use this object obj, copy that, paste it here, the same next line, dot show. So if you do that, your work of creation of alert box has been done. So let us run this program. So hope you understood, right? And make sure this, you should wait for the program, which means your Android Studio provide you the options. Don't utilize your typing, your skills over there. Clear? So now let us run this program and let us check out whether we are getting output or not. So we need to wait for a second. So right, you need under okay. So the program got launched. We'll see what happens. Okay, so it's installing. So you got a button. So on click of this button, you'll get 3 buttons. Alert box, it's pop up. If you click on any button, you get an error message as you pressed S. When you click on this, you get you pressed no. When you click on neutral button, you get you pressed cancel. This is the first program of your Android Studio. It's very easier, not so much bigger. So please make sure, or you are not going to type anything. You should use the intelligence of that program. Clear? Intelligence of your Android Studio. Thank you.